Hello everyone. I'm Rachel, and today we'll be discussing an important workplace issue: workplace monitoring and cyberloafing. Have you ever checked social media, sent personal emails, or done online shopping during work hours? If so, you're not alone. Cyberloafing is a growing concern, costing businesses billions annually. But what's the balance between productivity and employee privacy? Before we dive in, think about your own work habits. How often do you check personal messages or scroll through social media during work hours? Whether it's during a break or in between tasks. These moments add up, and they raise questions for both employees and employers. What is cyberloafing? Cyberloafing refers to employees using the internet for personal reasons during work hours. This includes checking social media, sending personal emails, shopping online, or watching videos. Studies have shown that some unproductive workers spend over 60% of their time cyberloafing. It's not always intentional. Sometimes, a quick notification check turns into 30 minutes of unrelated browsing. In many cases, employees don't even realize how much time they lose. This loss of productivity doesn't just affect individual workers, it impacts team performance, project deadlines, and even company profits. That's why organizations have taken steps to address cyberloafing by introducing clear IT usage policies, employer policies, and legal considerations. Companies create these policies not just to maintain productivity, but also to avoid legal risks. For example, if employees access inappropriate content such as pornography at work, it could create a hostile environment, potentially leading to lawsuits. Similarly, emails containing offensive jokes or discriminatory comments can open the door to legal action against the company. Beyond productivity and legal risks, companies also monitor to protect sensitive data and safeguard their reputation. In regulated industries, monitoring ensures companies comply with security standards and legal requirements. Nearly 80% of major companies monitor their employees, reviewing emails, web activity, and even recording phone calls. Some companies even go further, using video surveillance or conducting psychological tests. But how legal is all this monitoring? The Fourth Amendment protects public sector employees from unreasonable searches by the government. However, private sector employees have far fewer protections. In most cases, courts side with employers if workers were clearly notified that company equipment and networks may be monitored. If it's in the policy and employees are aware, the company is usually within its rights. Legal considerations. Legally, employers have the right to monitor activities conducted on company devices and networks. In many countries, this is covered under company policy agreements that employees sign when they're hired. However, privacy laws vary by region. In Europe, for example, data protection laws give employees stronger rights over how their personal data is collected and used. In the United States, monitoring laws tend to favor employers, especially when clear policies are in place. In addition, employers have valid reasons for monitoring, ranging from safeguarding company secrets, preventing cyber attacks, and ensuring employees stay focused on their tasks. However, companies must strike a balance to avoid creating an atmosphere of distrust. Pushpin: the role of monitoring software. To support these policies, many companies turn to specialized monitoring software. Tools like Sapiens Analytics track emails, calls, and even how much time employees spend on different tasks. These tools categorize activities into work-related and non-work-related, offering employers a clear picture of how time is being used. One company that adopted this software saw an average increase of 90 minutes per day in core work activities. When employees were shown their own productivity data, many became more mindful of how they spent their time.
Wow, I didn't realize how much time I was spending on emails instead of actual coding. This is a wake-up call.
Privacy versus productivity debate.
Monitoring helps us ensure productivity, security, and compliance. We're not looking to spy on personal matters, we just want to see how work time is being spent. I understand the business side, but constant monitoring feels intrusive. It's stressful knowing that everything we do is tracked.
This is the ongoing debate: where does necessary oversight end, and excessive surveillance begin? Privacy advocates argue that employees should always be informed of exactly what is being monitored, why, and how the data is used. Many believe monitoring should focus solely on work activities, not personal messages or breaks. Laws around workplace monitoring differ greatly by country. Some nations give employees significant privacy protections, while others allow extensive monitoring by default. In the US, laws generally favor employers, but this is starting to change as awareness grows. Balancing privacy and productivity. Employees value their privacy, even at work. Monitoring policies must be clear, fair, and ethical. Employers should explain exactly what's being monitored, how data will be used, and why the monitoring is necessary. Some companies also encourage employees to self-monitor by providing productivity reports. When employees can see their own activity patterns, they're more likely to self-correct and make better use of their work time. Best practices and final recommendations. So, what's the best approach? Employers should focus on transparency, create clear IT usage policies, explain why monitoring is needed, and ensure the process respects employee privacy as much as possible. Employees should take the time to understand these policies and be aware of how their activities might be tracked. Cyberloafing and workplace monitoring will remain hot topics as technology evolves. Open dialogue and mutual respect can help companies maintain productivity while preserving a healthy, trust-based work environment. Whether you're an employee or an employer, understanding your rights, responsibilities, and the limits of workplace monitoring is essential for creating a balanced, productive workplace. Remember, technology in the workplace is evolving rapidly. What is acceptable today might be considered intrusive tomorrow. Companies need to keep their policies updated, aligning them with new technologies, workplace trends, and evolving legal standards. For employees, awareness is key. Knowing when your activities are monitored and understanding the purpose behind it can help you make better choices at work. Striking a balance between productivity and personal time is possible when both sides understand each other's concerns. Ultimately, fostering a culture of trust and transparency is the best way forward. Employees who feel trusted and respected are more likely to stay productive and engaged. Employers who demonstrate fairness in their monitoring practices are more likely to build a loyal and motivated workforce. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Workplace monitoring and cyberloafing are two sides of the same coin. One aims to improve productivity, while the other reveals the human tendency to seek brief moments of distraction. But finding the right balance is key. For employers, it's important to understand that trust and transparency are essential. Clear communication about monitoring policies, combined with fair and reasonable expectations, can encourage employees to stay focused without feeling micromanaged. For employees, awareness is just as crucial. Taking ownership of your work habits and managing your time effectively not only boosts productivity but also shows responsibility and dedication to your role. In the end, the goal isn't just to reduce cyberloafing or increase monitoring, it's about creating a workplace where productivity, privacy, and mutual respect coexist. By working together, both employers and employees can build a healthier, more balanced, and ultimately more successful work environment. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope this discussion has given you valuable insights to reflect on in your own workplace. Stay productive, stay mindful, and remember, balance is key.